Welcome viewers and listeners. I want to say that do you know how to prepare the trial balance? Normally, the ledger balances are taken and the amount of the ledger balances are either written on the debit side of the trial balance or the credit side of the trial balance. Now, what do we understand that the balances of the ledger account, the balances of the ledger account. By the very word balances of the ledger account, we wanted to mean that every accounting head has a specific site and we used to write on that very particular site. For example, sales account has a credit balance, plant and machinery account has a debit balance. In other words, all assets have the debit balance and all liabilities are the credit balance, all expenses are the debit balances and all incomes are the credit balances. These are the procedures or the rules we used to follow at the time of the preparations of the trial balance. Now the question is arising that if the debit balance is increased, say the value of the plant and machinery is increasing, then what shall we do? Either it will be more debit or the more credit. The point is that we must remember that when the debit balances items or the accounting heads increased, they should be debited more. And when the credit balances accounts are credited, then the amount will increase. I wanted to say that suppose the sales account is increased, then it should be more credited. For example, the plant and machinery account has to be increased. It should be more debited. If the plant and machinery account has to be reduced, then it should be credited. Point is that when a debit balance account is debited, it means it will increase. Or when the amount of a debit balance account said increased, it should be more debited. And when the debit balance account is reduced, it will be credited. This principle that an asset when increased, it will be more debited, and when it is decreased, it will be credited. Similarly, an expenses when debited means the expenses increased, and when the expenses is reduced, then that account is actually credited. This principle will be very important to learn the rectification of error. That is why I am giving these short videos for your remembering, for your perusal and for your recapitulation. Remember that there is a proverb: to climb steep hills requires slow pace at first. To climb steep hills requires slow pace at first. Thank you. I am coming very soon with our rectification videos for our discussion. Thank you.